Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, January 21st, 2019. Sorry I wasn't able to post yesterday. Things just got a little bit away from me throughout the day. And unfortunately, I just wasn't able to fit in a post. It does take usually about an hour or so to get these things up and running onto online. So please forgive me for that delay. And today, let's make up the difference and see what the energy for this Tuesday is all about. Things we want to know, things we want to be aware of, and ways that we can strategize our day. So let's get going here, right? Let's get these cards shuffled up a couple more times. And I think we're good to go now. So let's get this first pile down. Second set of cards. And finally now, our third set. And let's see. Kind of drawn to this middle card today, so let's see what we have, shall we? The Ten of Wands. Let's talk a bit about this. Minor Arcana card, right? So it's all about our responses throughout the day, and it's all about things that we have empowerment over. And let's look a little bit further and deeper into this and come up with some keywords. So 10 of Wands, first off, is all about responsibilities, about work. And so when we look at the 10s, it's all about feeling overburdened, feeling overloaded with responsibilities even. Probably feeling what some people describe as stress. I don't really buy into that term. I feel it's more of a man-made, it's a learned reaction to situations. But definitely feeling like you've got a lot of different situations and issues going forward right now. Problematic, feeling like you're carrying the world on your shoulders, feeling like you've got so much duty going on and obligation, and that you're just saddled with restrictions, responsibilities, and you're feeling like you're being taken for granted and taking on way too much. There are also maybe some delays involved in all of this, as well as struggles. And as much as you're trying to push, people are trying to pull. So there's that resistance back and forth. Maybe even feeling like you might have lost your way through the forest. You can't see the clearing. So long story short, it's all about just feeling like, oh, what the hell is going on right now? So from a general context, let's break this down just a bit further. So we probably started off with some really good idea or really good intentions or some really creative process that we put in place, whether it be in our home life or whether it be in our professional life. Long story short, with any good intention, good idea, or a good process, starts off great. However, as you get into the melee of the workload, it becomes more and more of a burden, more and more heavy for us. We still have the same great goals and great objectives. However, at this stage of the game, we're feeling like we're carrying most of the weight. We're feeling like we're overburdened with responsibilities, problems, day-to-day issues, all of these things. And that causes us to go through that learned response that we diagnose or describe as stress, where you're feeling like you got a pace, you can't sleep. All you're thinking about is the stuff that's going on right now. Well, long story short, with all of this, just stop for a second, take a deep breath, and look at what you're doing. Number one, because it's a 10, that means it's in the middle of the transition to being in a much better situation. 10s are always the ending of situations. So before you feeling like you're going to get burnt out, take a step back from it all and look at what you've got going on and stop prioritizing the immediate sections that you have to do to get to your goal. Anything that you can, try to delegate out. Try to get the burden shared with other people. If it's in your home life, I guarantee you've got people around you, friends and family and significant others that probably can help you along the way. If it's your work life, and you have the ability to delegate a little bit of this out to other people on your team. Maybe reach out for collaboration, whatever it might be. The card is an indicator for you that although you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, you're getting through where you need to be. You are going to be successful with your goals and what your things are, but just understand that it may also signify a bit of a delay. It may signify a little bit of need for collaboration with others. It may signify that you're not going to be able to use the spontaneity you once did to get where you want to go. Now it's going to have to be a little bit more planned out because you might have been utilizing spontaneity, and now here we are in the forest. So long story short, yes, you can feel a lot of overworked, overburdened, and overwhelmed, but understand you can delegate some of this weight out and get yourself where you need to be. As well, as you can see this guy right in here just wandering through the forest, take this as a lesson learned and understand that going forward, when we are faced with things that we need to get done and goals and objectives we need to set forward, don't take on all the burden. Delegate out early. Along with that, take on what you need to take on to get an immediate objection done. Rather than trying to get to here, maybe have a couple of different goals set up so you get from here to here to here to here. Something a little bit more short-sighted so that all of these objectives will get you to your long-sighted goal. Now, from a love and relationship standpoint, you're probably knowing where this is all going. In your relationship right now, whether it be with a significant other or whether it be with friends, you may feel as though you're being taken for granted. You may feel as though you're taking on much of the weight of the responsibilities in the relationship. And as I said, this can be for friends, family, or significant others. Long story short, with all of that, rather than lashing out and getting frustrated, try to understand what obligations are yours, what duties are yours, and take those on. And whatever you can delegate out, try to do so as well. Now, if you've been putting off a to-do list for friends, family, or in your significant other relationship, then you know what? You're going to have to just bog down and work on each aspect of that to-do list one at a time. Rather than approaching it, looking at like, oh gosh, I've got 10 or 15 things I got to get done by this weekend. Look at it from a standpoint of, I've got one thing I've got to get done in a couple hours. I've got another thing I've got to get done in a few more hours. Another thing to get done, so on and so forth, so that you're not getting your mind blown by looking at 15 things to get done. Along with all of this, this is also a good idea for you, again, to look back, as we always say, hindsight's 20/20, and see what it is you could have done to prevent where you are right now. In doing that, you can prevent all of this type of emotion and feeling from happening in the future. Now, from a money and a career standpoint, let's talk a bit about this. Obviously, it's all about feeling overburdened. It's all about feeling overloaded. It's all about feeling like, oh man, I've bitten off way, way, way more than I can chew. And where am I going now with this? Because I'm feeling kind of lost. Well, the reality of it is you may have lost your enthusiasm. You may have lost the excitement in what you were trying to do. But the reality of it all is, bottom line, you are where you are. You just need to keep moving forward to get where you need to be. One step at a time, really focusing on what it is you need to do successfully in this moment in time to get you closer to that end goal. So rather than looking for an opening in the trees, take it one step at a time along the path, avoiding trees so you're not banging your head, right? So I think this was a pretty cool reading for a Tuesday. This definitely feels like a Tuesday card to me. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I made it a bit longer today to make up for yesterday's lack of a reading. And feel free to give me messages, drop a comment, go on to my YouTube page and definitely like and subscribe. I'm always looking for new comment and content ideas, so feel free. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a great Tuesday. You can make it through the forest. Just really take your time with all of this and take some time out to breathe and relax and do things that de-stressify your life rather than turning around and, as I said before, freezing because you're feeling overwhelmed. We are never overwhelmed. We are just able to get through anything we need to get through by using clear, concise thought and coming up with a game plan. So until tomorrow, you be safe, you be well, and as always, be blessed.